Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm bringing this bizarre and crazy ass story, guys, out of Atlanta. Two Subway employees were shot. Deputy Chief Charles Hampton Jr. says they are not giving out the names of the victims just yet because this is still an ongoing investigation. But what we do know thus far is both victims were employees of Subway, and one employee, a 26-year-old female, has died from her injuries. And the other employee, a 24-year-old female, was shot right in front of her 5-year-old son and is in critical condition. And all this, guys, listen to this. All of this because he had too much damn mayonnaise on his sandwich.
At a downtown Atlanta Subway restaurant leaves one worker dead and another in the hospital.
Yeah, police say it happened at the location just south of Mercedes-Benz Stadium off Northside Drive. Good News Brooke Zahner joins us live from the scene with new reaction from one of the owners. Brooke, good morning.
Good morning to you guys. And this is really just a very tragic and senseless situation that played out here overnight. I want to show you the scene is obviously clear. This happened about 8 hours ago. You can still see there is some crime scene tape here near this Subway off of Northside Drive. We know police responded right around 6:30 last night. Now, here's what happened. We spoke to the owner of the Subway, and he says a customer came into this store and was upset that his sandwich had too much mayonnaise on it, and that's what led to gunfire here. So he says that two of his employees, two women, were shot. One of them, unfortunately, was killed. The other, taken to the hospital, was taken into surgery. We do not have an update on her condition right now, but the owner also told us that his manager was shot at, and his manager managed to return fire at the suspect but did not hit him. He says right now his thoughts are with his employees and their families over this senseless act of violence.
It's really unfortunate. I mean, there's just a whole lot of shooting and killing going on, and this was just ridiculous. My heart right now is with my employees.
Now, the owner says the two employees who were shot had only been working at this particular store for 3 or 4 weeks. At this time, we have been told from that manager that police have a suspect in custody. But what's also really tragic about this situation is, according to the manager here, one of the employees who was shot and killed, we're told that her son was in this store when all of this happened. Unfortunately, had to witness this violence play out. So really just a very sad situation that played out here. And of course, as soon as we have any other updates from police about this or possible charges pending in this case, we'll be sure to let you know. That's the latest here in downtown.
Deputy Chief Charles Hampton Jr. I'm here to provide an update on a homicide that we had at this location yesterday, shortly after 6:30. But before I give you the update, first I want to offer condolences to the victim in this case. The victim was a 26-year-old female who is here at work. And we also had another victim who's 24 years of age who also was shot and injured, who's currently in critical condition. I am here to announce that we did make an arrest. We made an arrest late yesterday evening of a 36-year-old male out of Atlanta. As stated before, I won't release the name as right now because it's still an ongoing investigation. We still need to provide some information and get some information from some other individuals. But as most people know, this was a very tragic situation that did not have to occur. What we know is that the suspect came inside the restaurant, ordered a sandwich, and there was something wrong with the sandwich that made him so upset that he decided to take out his anger on two of the employees here. What's more important as well is that we had a citizen who contacted us, who gave us some viable information and who helped lead this investigation in the right direction. As we always say, we can't do it alone. It's oftentimes that we rely on the support of the citizens of Atlanta, and that's what happened yesterday. So kudos to that individual who also is going to be remain anonymous. But quick actions. Once we get the information, officers from our Zone 5 field investigation team as well as homicide descended on the location, and we were able to take the suspect in custody without further incident. And so again, very senseless act that Again, someone armed with a handgun who could not resolve the conflict decided that that was the way to resolve it. And so now we have one female deceased and another female recovering from the injuries. And then also there was a 5-year-old child also in the restaurant. So that child was also placed in danger. That child has to go through some type of trauma counseling. So again, this is incidents that we always talk about that did not have to happen, but there's still some residual effects that families are going to have to deal with. Not only the homicide, but this child that's going to have a traumatic incident that they have to deal with. So I'll answer a few questions at this time.
Chief, I noticed that you didn't mention the Mayo in your summary. Is that still the case, that he was angry or upset over Mayo on his sandwich?
Right. And again, I intentionally did not do it because, again, I want the focus to be on the gun violence. And again, it was something very senseless. Yes, the too much mayo on a sandwich. But again, individual with a gun who decided that that was the course of action to resolve the conflict. So yes, it's a sandwich, but more importantly, someone who failed to resolve a conflict by just walking away, having a conversation to just reorder a sandwich, decided to take actions into his hands. And now we have families who are devastated, and even his family. So again, very tragic.
Can you tell us whether or not the child who was inside the store, his mom was shot?
So his mother is the other victim who's injured.
Talk me through. This happened at 6:30, busy section. What frustrates you the most about really just a senseless shooting like this?
I mean, it's frustrating that we have a 26-year-old female who is no longer with us. It frustrates me that we had an individual with a firearm who decided that, again, that was the answer to resolve a conflict over a sandwich. Again, it's frustrating for us to having to spend the investigators' time that's the homicide that we're focusing on. It's just, again, it's the senseless act. It's the gun owners who don't make the right decisions. I mean, again, it's very tragic, and more importantly for me, it's a 5-year-old that was there that's going to have to deal with this long term.
And the mother was the victim who survived?
Yes.
And Chief, a question here. Did the gunman leave and get the gun, or did he have the gun in the restaurant?
So I know there are a lot of questions, and I don't want to give out too much information. We have to remember that this is something that ultimately has to be tried in court. And so some of the details will be in the report that will be released later at a later time. But I don't want to really get into everything that happened because it still has to be tried in court.
The citizen that helped you lead information to get an arrest, was that a witness inside the restaurant?
Again, I'm not going to go into detail.
Can you tell us where you arrested, how far maybe away he was, or
What I will say, I won't give the exact location, but I will say it's close to the incident location.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Man, you can't make this shit up. I say all the time, they need to do better with just allowing anyone to purchase a damn handgun. This is so sad. These two women went to work. One will never return home while the other one is in critical condition. All of this because of a nutcase with the gun, not to mention a 5-year-old who will probably be traumatized for the rest of his life seeing something like that happen to his mother right in front of him, especially if she doesn't survive. But we're going to pray over here that she has a speedy recovery because this is tragic enough. And thank God that the heartless lunatic is off the streets. And yes, kudos to the good citizen that helped the police catch his ass and get him off the streets. We need more of that. Y'all, seriously, we need more people like that out here. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And hit that notification bell so you'll see when I drop new videos. And guys, follow me on all my platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. All at Sister Girl Talk TV.